Good morning, class.
Morning,
Mumper.
I've had a really interesting morning. I'm having kind of a problem. I just can't seem to remember what we did yesterday. Can someone help me out? Sean?
We learned about fractions.
Fractions. Okay. What about fractions?
Like that fractions are parts of a whole.
Oh, okay. It's the parts of a whole. Can you give me an example, Alex?
Like if you had a pie and you cut it into two pieces, one piece would be half of the pie.
Oh, okay. And so, if we cut that pie into 4 pieces, how much would one piece be?
1/4? Wait, I'm confused. How do you get that?
Could you explain that to him, to Mac?
So like there are 4 pieces of the pie, and I pick one piece, so that piece is going to be 1/4 of the whole pie. 1/4.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So, now let's say you're really hungry though, and you have these 4 slices of pie, and you want half of the pie. How many slices are you going to take? Okay, well, let's try an example. I've got these papers here. Everybody take one. Now we're going to pretend these papers are your pie, okay? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold the papers in half, hamburger style. Now this is like cutting the pie in half. Okay. Now open it up. So if we cut the pie in half, how much is just this square over here? Sean?
1/2.
1/2. Very good. Because we have the whole paper as 2 parts, and we're just looking at 1 square of the whole. So 1/2. Now, we're going to try a little bit more complicated, and we're going to put it into 4 pieces. So fold in half, and then hamburger style again. And open it back up. Now how many squares do we have in total? This is your denominator.
4.
4. Good. We have 4 pieces. And if we're looking at that half again, how many squares are in that half?
2 squares.
Right. So what fraction is the 2 squares of the whole 4?
Will be 2 out of 4, so that's 2/4.
Very good. And is 2/4 different than 1/2? Is it the same amount or is it different?
Those.
They're the same. Good. Does it make sense that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4? Good. Awesome. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be learning about equivalent fractions. So now I'm going to do a little bit of the math behind it to show you just what happened. So we're going to go back to that pie problem we had. So you wanted 1/2 of the pie. And what you needed, but what you had, were 4 slices. Okay? So we want to find an equivalent. So we're going to write equals. An equivalent fraction for 1/2. But this time, it's going to be in fourths. Okay? So we have 1/2 equals blank over 4. Now, can someone tell me what number times 2 equals 4?
2.
2. Okay. So I'm going to write 2 times 2. That's 4. And this is the most important rule. When we're finding equivalent fractions, what you do to the denominator, to the bottom, you must do to the top. And what you do to the top, you must do to the bottom. It works both ways. So if I multiply by 2 to the bottom, what do I have to do to the top?
Multiply it by 2 again.
Yes, Matt. Perfect. That's exactly right. We're going to multiply by 2 to the top, and 1 times 2 is?
2.
2, obviously. Yes, very good. And that is 2/4. And like we agreed on, 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. Everyone following along? Yeah? Okay. So let's try another example. Let's say we had 2/3, and we wanted to find a number that was equivalent that was in 6. How would we start? Okay. Let's do it to start out exactly how we did this one. What was our original fraction?
1/2.
What was in the new problem, though?
2/3.
2/3. Very good. Very good. So, again, I have 2/3, and it's going to be equivalent or equal to what?
Blank over 9.
Over 9? Okay. So, we have blank over 9. I originally said 6, but it works just as well with 9, so don't worry.
Okay.
Because there's a number that you can multiply by 3 to get 9, and there's also a number you can multiply by 3 to get 6. So both have equivalent fractions. But with this example, with blank over 9, 3 multiplied by what equals 9?
3.
Right. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So I'm going to write 3 times 3 down here. And what I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. And when I do the numerator, likewise, has to do with the denominator. So what am I going to multiply 2 by?
30.
Very good, class. I see you guys are catching on. This is good. And 2 times 3?
6.
Thank you, Sean. That is correct. Now I'll do it in blue. And so 2/3 is equivalent to what fraction?
6/9.
6/9. Awesome. Now, I'm going to try and trick you guys up. I'm going to try a little bit more complicated example. Now, you guys can talk through it, talk out loud. We're going to start with 5/12, okay? And we're going to try to find a number that's equivalent to 5/12, but this time it has 15 in the numerator, and you want to find out what's in the denominator, an equivalent fraction. So, who can tell me what the first step would be?
Write down 5/12.
Write down 5/12. Very good. So I'm going to start. 5/12. And then,
Make it equal to 15 over blank.
right. So 15. Oops. Stick with the pattern, and let's do it in blue. So I have 15 over blank. And now, just like this one, how we multiply the numerator by something, and we had to multiply we multiply the denominator by something, so we had to multiply the numerator by it. Same with here. This time, we're going to have to multiply the numerator by something, and you can also do it to the denominator, and that'll keep it equivalent. So, what are we going to multiply 5 by?
3.
3? Do you understand why it's 3?
Yeah.
Yeah? 5 times 3 is 15? Okay. So 5 times 3 is 15. And what is the rule? What are we going to do now?
Multiply the bottom number by 3.
Because?
Because what you do to the one number, you have to do to the other number.
Very good, Alex. Yes.
So 12 times 3 is 36.
Great mathematician, yes. 15 over 36. So 5/12 is equivalent to?
1536.
Yeah, you guys are really catching on. I'm really proud of you guys. It's awesome. You guys feel confident enough to work on your own? Yeah? I have a worksheet here prepared. If you guys need, you can talk to your partners. But it looks like you guys have a pretty good grasp of this. So, you know, do your best. If you have any questions, I'll be here to help, and you can talk to your friends. Awesome. Thank you guys for your attention. You're doing a great class.